Hello. Hi. All right, I call this meeting to order at 8:18 p.m. All right. All right, first on our agenda, as always, is roll call with our Secretary-Treasurer, Chanel.
When I call your school's name, I'm going to call them by fives. You should come up to the podium and announce who you are. Not who you are. The name of your school, wait to be addressed by Emily, how many delegates you have, and how many advisors you have. Ready? Alrighty. First off, Ayagenar Litnaurvik, Bethel Regional High School, Bristol Bay, Chivac High School, and Chugiak High School.
Please limit sidebar conversation. We are in order. For those of you, hey everyone, hi, I'm Ariel. I'm your parliamentarian, as I've said before. All right, so when we're in order, that does mean that we are attentive to the chair, which right now is Emily, and attentive to whoever has the floor, which we learned about in our welcome workshop today. And that means that you are quiet, only emergency whispers, which we shouldn't have any at this moment. So please limit sidebar conversation.
The board recognizes Bethel.
I'm Kate McWilliams. We brought 8 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Bristol Bay.
I'm Jenny Schweik, passing the mic over to Tia Thompson.
Bristol Bay brought 8 dramatic, eager, lovable, enthusiastic, generous, abnormal, thoughtful, and easygoing delegates, 2 affectionate, disruptive, vigilant, imaginative, saucy, outgoing, reassuring, silly advisors, and 1 motivated, immature, luscious, energetic, and sensible e-board member.
Thank you, Bristol Bay. Hey, I'd also, another thing, we're gonna go through this together. When you do come up to the microphone, please make sure that the chair, Emily, can see your placard so that she knows who you are. It's not funny.
The board recognizes, I'm going to say Kong just because it's easier, but you can please say what your school is correctly for us.
It is Ayagenach Litnaurvik, and we have 4 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Chivac.
We're Chivac School, and we have 4 delegates and 1 supervisor.
The board recognizes Chugiak.
Bree Bangu, passing the mic off to Tasha Boyer.
I'm Tasha Boyer, and we have 5 delegates and 3 advisors, and Killam.
We're in order, guys. Respectful, please.
Snaps, you're doing well with the snaps, but please let's limit our noise level, please. Thank you. The faster we get through this, the faster we can get to actual debate.
Alrighty. Next, Cordova Junior Senior High School, Craig, Eagle River, Eielson, and Glen Allen High School.
The board recognizes Ben Eielson.
I'm Jeffrey Kazberick from Eielson.
If you could spin the microphone around. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stephen from Eielson. We have 11 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Eagle River.
I'm Maddie. We brought 2 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Craig.
My name is Kean Bird, and I pass the mic off to Kelsey Trojan.
I'm Kelsey Trojan. We have 2 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Cordova.
I'm Enrique Zamudio, and we brought 3 godlike delegates and 1 very helpful advisor.
Excellent. The board recognizes Glen Allen.
My name is Melee Finau, and we're from Glen Allen, and we brought 6 delegates and 1 supervisor.
Now moving on to Haynes, Huna, Hutchison, Joanne A. Alexi Memorial, and Kasilak Akula Litnaurvik.
The board recognizes Haynes.
Autumn Gross passing the mic off to Chris Turner.
I'm Chris Turner. We brought 8 delegates and 2 advisors.
The board recognizes Huna.
We're Huna, and we brought 3 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Hutchison.
Hey, I'm Val Smongwin, and I'm from Hutchin High School, and we brought 5 delegates and 1 amazing advisor.
The board recognizes Joanne A. Alexi.
I'm Nancy Pavla, passing the mic to Frida Alexi.
Hi, I'm Frida Alexi. Brought 4 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Akula.
My name is Alicia, passing the mic to Oscar.
Hi, we brought 4 awesome delegates and 1 awesome helping advisor.
Moving on to King.
The board recognizes North Pole with a point of information.
I'm Macy Key from North Pole High School, and I'm passing the mic off to Shelby Rood. I'm Shelby Rood from North Pole High School, and we cannot hear the secretary.
Okay.
Is there not a point of privilege placard?
There's.
Okay.
I asked Carol, and she said info.
The point of privilege is for when you can't hear or when it's obstructing your debate quality. So thank you for using your placards, though. Those are very exciting ones that we don't always use.
Stop saying. Moving on to King Cove, Kodiak, Lake and Peninsula, Lathrop, and Lumen Christi. Thank you.
Before we start, just a point of privilege from my perspective. It is very dark in the aisles, so be very obvious with your placards.
Please limit
The board recognizes Kodiak.
Laughter.
And Kodiak brought 14 spirited delegates, 1 Shinazi e-board member, and 2 sassy advisors.
The board recognizes King Cove.
My name's Peyton Kazakin, and we brought 2 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Lathrop.
Hi, I'm Patty Boombasser, and I'm passing the mic off to Abby Walker.
Hi, I'm Abby Walker from Lathrop, and we have 5 awesome delegates and 1 pop-in advisor.
The board recognizes Lumen Christie.
My name is Quaid Brinker, and we have 5 delegates, 1 advisor, and the spirit of 2 chains.
We're in order. The board recognizes Lake and Penn.
Hi, my name is William Lind, and I'm passing the mic off to Nathan Ward.
I'm Nathan Ward, and we brought 2 delegates, and Bristol Bay lends us their advisor.
What? Alrighty. Moving on to Matsu Career and Technical School, Monroe Catholic High School, Mount Edgecombe High School, Newtalk Iapron, and North Pole High School. Was that good? Did you call Mount Edgecombe? Yeah.
The board recognizes North Pole.
I'm Macy Key from North Pole High School, and I'm passing the mic on to Shelby Rude.
I'm Shelby Rude, and we brought 11 delightful delegates, 1 excited e-board member, and 1 amazing advisor.
The board recognizes Mount Edgecombe.
I'm Justine Cook, and I pass the mic to Hannah Kimber.
I'm Hannah Kimber. We're from Mount Edgecombe High School. We brought 15 delegates, 3 e-board members, and 2 advisors.
The board recognizes Newtek.
It's pronounced New Talk.
Sorry.
I'm John Casali from New Talk, and I pass the mic to Joe Jean.
Hi, my name is Joe Jean, and we brought 5 delegates and 1 beautiful advisor.
Aww. The board recognizes Monroe Catholic.
Sierra Newman from Monroe Catholic, passing the mic off to Jordan Terrio.
Monroe brought 5 delegates, 1 OSOG president, 1 advisor. Roll Tide, y'all.
The board recognizes Matsu Career Tech.
Stephanie Drummond, passing the mic to Carly Ellington.
I'm Carly Ellington. Matsu Career and Tech brought 13 fun-loving, responsible, and respectful delegates, 1 beautiful, sassy advisor, and 1 blonde, hiccuping, amazing e-board member.
Moving on to Palmer High School, Petersburg, Sandpoint, Service, and Sitka High School.
The board recognizes Service.
I'm Tel Finnerty from Service High School, and I pass the mic off to Jocelyn Stanley.
I'm Jocelyn Stanley from Service High School, and we brought 4 swerving delegates and 1 very generous advisor in place of our pregnant advisor.
The board recognizes Petersburg.
We brought 7 delegates and 2 chaperones. Thank you.
The board recognizes Sitka.
Hi, I'm Debbie Yearwood, passing the mic over to Owen Fulton.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We brought 3 wonderful delegates for you tonight, and we have 1 very jubilant supervisor.
We're still in order. The board recognizes Palmer.
I'm Sam Ryapel, passing the mic off to Carly Williams.
I'm Carly Williams. Palmer has brought 2 excited delegates / e-board members and 1 chillaxed advisor.
I'm Madison.
Sorry, the board recognizes Sandpoint.
I'm Madison Thompson. I'm passing the mic off to Colton Mack.
Sandpoint has brought 2 delegates and 1 advisor.
Moving on to Skagway, South Anchorage High School, Thunder Mountain High School, Tri-Valley High School, and Unalaska.
The board recognizes Skagway.
Hello, I'm Rosalie Westfall, passing the mic off to Hannah O'Daniel.
I'm Hannah O'Daniel from Skagway High School, and we brought 10 delegates and 2 advisors.
The board recognizes Tri-Valley.
Shelby Pearson from Tri-Valley, passing the mic off to Reed Rathbone.
Hello, I'm Reed Rathbone, and we brought 5 delegates, 1 awesome e-board member, and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes South Anchorage.
Elena Prince, passing the mic off to myself. We brought 1 e-board member and 1 faux advisor because my real advisor won't come with me.
The board recognizes Thunder Mountain.
I'm Hannah Marks, passing the mic off to Raphael Sales.
I'm Raphael Sales, and Thunder Mountain has brought with them 21 high-octane and tenacious delegates and 2 young and foxy advisors.
The board recognizes Unalaska.
I'm Andy Nguyen, passing the mic off to Amber Le.
My name is Amber Lee, and Unalaska has brought along 7 delegates, 1 executive member, and 1 advisor.
Moving on to Valdez High School, Wasilla, West Anchorage, Yakutat, and Juneau-Douglas.
The board recognizes West Anchorage.
I'm Jordan Aleva from West High School, and we brought 6 delegates and 1 awesome advisor.
The board recognizes Yakutat.
I'm Cassia Adams. I'm passing the mic off to Jeremiah Williams.
I'm Jeremiah Williams, and we brought 6 hardcore delegates, 1 confused advisor, and a police officer as a chaperone.
The board recognizes Juneau-Douglas.
Erica Cruz, passing the mic to Johnny Elliott.
Hi, I'm Johnny Elliott. We brought 24 assiduous, ebullient, and magnanimous delegates. We brought with us 1 magniflorious, that is magnificent and glorious, registrar, 1 incredibly spectacular advisor, and 1 foxy host advisor.
We're still in order. The board recognizes West Valley.
Andrew Maxwell, passing the mic off to Jenna Johnson.
West Valley brought 10 delicious delegates and 1 astonishing advisor.
West Valley. The board recognizes Wasilla.
My name is Captain Hammer, passing the mic off to Christina Hoy.
My name is Christina Hoy from Wasilla. We brought 4 delegates and 1 advisor.
The board recognizes Valdez.
I am Emily Fissick, passing the mic off to Patrick.
I'm Patrick. We brought 4 epic delegates and 2 awesome advisors.
Is there anybody else?
Excellent, good job. All right, thank you very much, Chanel. We will now move on to the election and interview process with our parliamentarian, Ariel Haas.
All right, so let me move this a little closer. Okay, so you've probably heard me speak about elections and interviews. So that everyone is aware, the president, vice president, and public relations officers are up for election at this conference. The secretary treasurer, parliamentarian, SPEED, State Board of Education and Early Development representative, is also up for interview process to get on the board at this conference. I only have 3, let me repeat myself, 3 applications in total for the entirety of those 6 positions. I have heard a lot of people who are interested in candidacy. In fact, we had a lovely candidate dinner that went very well with a lot of interested people, but I don't have any more than 3 candidates. Your interest doesn't count until I have your applications in my hand by 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, and those of you who are interested know how to get a hold of me. I don't have any more election packets, but you can find them online at asog.org. In that packet, it has your signatures signed by yourself, your advisor, your parents, and your administrator. It also should have your resume and your letter of recommendation from your advisor. For this conference today, I'm telling you about elections. Tomorrow's morning General Assembly nominations will happen. So if you are any of those 6 positions and I have the application in my hands, you cannot be nominated unless I have the application in my hands. Then you may go up to the mic and you may nominate yourself, or someone else may nominate you. You cannot begin to campaign, especially for those 3 election positions, until you have been nominated on the floor. If you do campaign beforehand, you will be disqualified, so please refrain yourselves. Also, all campaign material needs to be appropriate and kind. So keep that in mind if you have any campaign material. Make sure that you're being kind and respectful to other candidates and to other people, and that it's appropriate for this conference and for this school setting. Please be student leaders. So that is what happens on the first General Assembly, the second General Assembly. The third General Assembly on Friday afternoon, there will be speeches for Vice President, President, and Public Relations officers, and we'll have speeches here in the General Assembly. If you have a PowerPoint or a video, please let myself or Doug know so that we can hook you up with technology needs, because that does have a bit of a different process. And let us know sooner rather than later. So let us know after your nomination, come up and talk to us. For the 3 interview positions, we will be interviewing you during pods tomorrow or potentially workshops. It depends on who we can get, but I will talk to you after I have your applications. I can't plan on who can be on your interview committee until I have the applications, because I have to look out for conflict of interest, and I gotta make sure that people don't have jobs during those times. So the faster I get that, the faster you guys know when your interview process will be. Yep, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you.
All right, moving right along, we have a couple general announcements. First of all, from our host school, Juneau-Douglas, do not stand on any of the auditorium chairs. That is dangerous and very destructive to the school. Don't stand on the chairs. Period. You shouldn't be standing on chairs. Anyway. Also, we found a cell phone. It is in a white and green spec case. Please get it after the General Assembly, not right now. And I think that's it for general announcements. Okay, next on the agenda is approval of the agenda. So with that, I entertain a motion to approve the agenda. So moved by Skagway, seconded by Ben Eielson. Is there any discussion on approval of the agenda? Any discussion on approval of the agenda? Since there's no discussion, we'll now move to a vote on the approval of the agenda. All in favor? Any opposition? The agenda has been approved. We'll now move on to officer introductions and reports. First is Mr. Douglas McClanahan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Doug. I'm the vice president, as Emily just said. And really quickly, I would just like to talk about a couple new things that we did this year with resolutions. First of all, we created a incentive process to just see what the increase of number of pre-submitted resolutions before the conference would be. The incentive is if your school submits a resolution before October 1st, your student council would receive a 1 registration waiver. So basically, if you submitted a resolution before October 1st, you would get 1 free registration for your delegation. And we had, I believe, 10 schools meet that requirement. So 10 schools got a free registration. So that's pretty awesome. And then secondly, we created a new portion of the resolution process, which is the 2-minute platform period, where you get to, and everyone I believe has been notified of that, and if not, I'm going to talk about it anyway. That basically, after you present your resolution, read it to the General Assembly, you will have 2 minutes that is timed by myself to basically just explain your resolution further. Whether it's why you wrote your resolution, any other logistical things that you want to throw in there that may not be in the resolution. And the intent was this. The intent with this was to, for one, maybe expedite the debate process a little bit and answer a lot of logistical questions before debate was opened, as well as to give just an even more clear and concise presentation before debate is open, so we can take an even more measure to ensure that everyone is on the same page when a resolution is presented. Also, we would like to really quickly open up the floor to talk about to invite people who presented a resolution at the conference, our spring conference at Tri-Valley, and it passed. If is there any school that would like to come up to the mic and talk about some changes that they've seen since their resolution has passed? Don't everybody jump at once.
Monroe?
Unalaska?
Anyone? The board recognizes Bethel with an awesome resolution story.
I am Ethan Blevins, and I'm passing the mic off to Ethan Forbes.
Last year, we submitted a resolution to change our district's safe sex education policy. It passed and has been sent to the board, and they passed it unanimously, so that will be headed to curriculum. And I have not heard on what happened to the one that went to the State Board of Education. So.
They're not coming up, so I'm going to brag for them. Unalaska submitted a resolution.
Oh, just
Oh, they're
kidding.
coming up. Awesome.
The board recognizes Unalaska. Come on down.
I'm Celeste Kukahiko, and I'm passing the mic off to Christian Escalante.
Hi, so since our resolution was passed, our council presented it to administration, and currently they are working on, or our resolution was getting access to school printers on personal devices, and right now they're currently working on it, and in about a month or so, we'll be able to print stuff from our own computers instead of having to use the school computers.
The board recognizes Monroe Catholic.
I'm Jordan Terrio, passing the mic off to Sierra Newman.
Last year, Monroe brought a resolution to the table trying to incorporate student evaluations of teachers into our school. And recently, our principal has been taking kids out of classes, talking about teachers, seeing how they feel about their classes that they're taking currently. And the board is recently working on a format that they're trying to introduce to our schools. So.
Any other resolution updates from any schools?
Thank you, everyone that submitted a resolution, not only last conference, but this conference. As of right now, we have either 12 or 13 submitted resolutions, and the deadline for resolutions for this conference has not been set yet. I will let the General Assembly know about that as soon as possible. Thank you.
All right, we'll now move on to the report of our Secretary-Treasurer, Chanel Afghan.
Hi. I'm Chanel. I take minutes. To give you an idea of this, at the last General Assembly, I took and edited 80 pages of minutes. I also have served on the Scholarships Committee and the Energy Efficiency Committee.
We'll now move on to the report of our parliamentarian, Ariel Haas.
As your parliamentarian, I have been working on organizing and updating my knowledge of parliamentary procedure because there's always more to learn. I've also went to NASC in June and I've served on the NASC committee. I've served as chair of the Healthy Choices Committee. I've also got us an excellent speaker for tomorrow. Michael Patterson will be coming speaking to us on his experience with tobacco use. And I've also, stop it. Please limit sidebar laughter. Please limit, I'm serious, okay. I've also been working with ATCA on Tobacco Coalition, and hopefully we'll hear a bit about that here. Also, as parliamentarian, I'd like to remind you, when you get up there and we start doing debates, remember to address the chair. I will call you out on it. Also, you're doing really well so far. Snaps, not claps. Doing great. And my last thing is, I do hiccup, but that's a hiccup, and please don't let it distract the progress of the General Assembly. And I ask that you please don't acknowledge it in a loud manner, or try not at all, because we want to be respectful to whoever's speaking. Thank you.
We'll now move on to the report of our public relations representative, Nels Yuri.
So, as the public relations officer, I've been working on increasing social media participation, whether it's on our Twitter and Instagram account, also Facebook. Our tags for Instagram, Twitter, and now Vine are at AASG spelled AASG, FAN, that's not a thing. So, as well as increasing participation and letting delegates know that they can run for the current positions that Ariel stated earlier. So now I have your Twitter champion from the opening ceremonies. The haiku was, "Leadership is great. The people get to stand up, speaking out for rights." And that was stated or tweeted by @ContinueToWish, more commonly known as Paige from Region 5. So give it up for Region 5.
No.
Snap. Got a snap. So this is a trick question.
Snap it out for her.
Trick question. Wasn't even a question. But after that, now we do have a new social media challenge hosted by the Juneau-Douglas conference. It is a Vine competition. So what you are required to do is tag @AASG about a region cheer. They're gonna decide the best region cheer Vine and give you an award for that. But Paige from Region 5 can go contact Ruby Steedle. Ruby Steedle, stand up. Where are you? There she is, way back there. So if you do win a social media challenge, you can go find her and she will give you a prize which was donated by ASME. So we have a lot of cool prizes this year. Get involved. Great job, guys. Loving this.
We'll now move on to the State Board of Education and Early Development Representative, Carly Williams.
Hi, I'm your student representative on the State Board of Education. We have had 2 speed meetings since the spring conference, one on June 13th in Soldotna and one on September 13th in Nome. At the Soldotna meeting, we adopted the new school accountability regulations, and at the spring conference, we did write a resolution in support of that regulations change. At the Nome meeting, we sent out 2 regulations for public opinion, which affect Alaskan students directly, which is early literacy screening and a district-operated residential program. Since the last conference, I've chaired the scholarship meeting, joined the Suicide Prevention Committee, Healthy Choices Committee, SWAG Committee, and the Constitution and Bylaws Committee. I've presented at the Department of Behavioral Health annual grantee meeting and the Alaska Association of Secondary Principals Conference about AASG suicide prevention efforts and the Railway of Hope program. Thank you.
We'll now move on to the report of our Alaska Schools Activities Association representative, Miles King.
Since the last summer business meeting, I attended one meeting for the ASAA Board of Directors. A lot of it was executive session, trying to narrow down the candidates that we have for the ASAA Executive Director. And this is just a generic question or comment. If any of you guys have any interview questions that you think would be a good question for us as a board to ask to the candidates during their interviews that will take place in November, please come talk to me. I'm open for any suggestions. I'll write anything down. And that is about it, besides being the head of the tech committee. And OSOG serves with Emily.
We unfortunately do not have any representatives from Region 1. They're going through something up in Region 1. So they are not available to attend this conference, which is very unfortunate. Anyway, we will move on to our Region 2 representative, Malia Walters.
My name is Malia Walters from Tri-Valley School in Healy, Alaska, and as my term as Region 2 representative, I have served on the Scholarship Committee, the Technology Committee, and the Healthy Choices Committee. And more directed towards Region 2, I wrote a newsletter outlining all of the basics of OSOG and sent it out to all of the 40-something Region 2 schools to hope to gain more of a delegation. So hopefully there'll be more to Elson.
We'll now move on to the Region 3 report with Sam Ryapel.
I'm Sam Ryapel from Palmer High School. I'm the Region 3 representative, and since the spring conference, I've joined several committees, the awards, the OSOG serves, the suicide prevention committees, and I've been trying to get in contact with most of Region 3, which I cannot at the moment. I've talked to Region 3 about that, and that's about all I've done since then.
We'll now move on to the Region 4 representative report with Elena Prince.
Hi. As Region 4 rep, I have been attending our SAB meetings, working on increasing communication and participation within my region, and beginning the search for a delegate to take my position when my term ends this spring. I've also been serving as the chair of the Communications Committee and the Spirit Committee.
We'll now move on to the Region 5 report with Anthony Lekanoff.
I'm Anthony Lekanoff. I am the Region 5 representative, and since I got on the board, I have chaired the Survey Evaluation Committee, and I have sat in the Scholarship Committee. And we have over 100 delegates, all of Southeast Alaska, and that's about it.
We'll now move on to the Region 6 representative report with Evan Esias.
I'm Evan Esias, and since the last summer business meeting, I've joined the Healthy Choices Committee, SWAG Committee, and I think that's it. And as Region 6 representative, we've had one meeting so far because we get to meet every month. And as a Region 6, we've had our annual highway cleanup. And I've been trying to get Effie Cochran to join Region 6 because they're in Region 2 right now, but they're right across from one of our schools. They're in Fairbanks.
We'll now move on to the Region 7 report with Representative Rihanna Marquez.
Hi everyone, my name is Rihanna Marquez and I am the newly elected Region 7 representative. And since I was sworn in Healy, I have recently been trying to create a closer bond within my region. And I have also participated in different committees such as the SWAG Committee and the Healthy Choices Committee. Thanks.
So my report's next. Since the conference in Healy, I've been doing a lot with suicide prevention. I've been working a lot with our executive director and various executive board members to finalize the Railway of Hope program to get that distributed to all of our member schools. I've also been communicating with all our executive board members. We meet once a month on a teleconference and 4 times a year at our business meetings. So I've been communicating, getting all those set up, and I also planned and, with the help of our lovely executive board, executed all of the pre-conference and leadership intensive activities. So it's been a fun 6 months since Tri-Valley. Next is our executive director report with the lovely Carol Waters.
Hi. Welcome to the Fall 2013 AASG Conference. Are you ready for an outstanding conference in leadership? Yeah, you can yell too. Tori and Ms. Germain and the host team have done an amazing job. Please put your hands together, or whatever you want to do, clap, to show your appreciation for their hard work so you can learn leadership skills. Thanks. This conference experience is your chance to begin on your leadership path. You can each decide what you want to accomplish, and that willingness to change starts with you. And it's exciting that many of you in this room have already decided upon goals to reach during this conference. Earlier today, we met with the scholarship awardees, and I'd like you to stand if you received the scholarship so we can appreciate your goal setting. If you're a scholarship winner, please stand up. Good job. Thanks so much. These scholarship awardees have taken a big step toward developing leadership skills by setting goals. Have you developed a passion for an issue and then followed it through even though others saw no hope? This executive board and others before it have shown a passion for saving lives through its suicide prevention campaign. And after 3 years, we have come to an amazing pinnacle, the Railway of Hope suicide prevention film. Over and over again, AASG has made creative decisions to help you save lives. Now with the vision and leadership of Tessa Baldwin, a student at Mount Edgecombe, Sophie Clark from Cloak, Corey Butler from West High, and now Carly Williams from Palmer, and Emily Sexton from Monroe, AASG has helped to make our world the caring place we dream it to be. Later in the conference, you will see Railway of Hope and Sharing the Dream, too, to save the lives of your friends, your brothers, and your sisters. We hope that you share in this dream that this board has, and which they have worked hard to achieve. If you share in this dream to save lives, one person at a time, stand up and say, "We're with you, AASG." Thank you.
I didn't realize we were all doing it. I was like...
There will be many opportunities in these next 3 days for you to learn skills that can help you make a difference in yourself, in your school, in your community, and in your world. One of the images I encourage you to take away from this conference is that of leaving footprints with your accomplishments, the steps you have taken to grow as a leader. Each time you leave a footprint, you are helping others follow you and be safe, stay healthy, develop confidence, and make a difference. There are many ways to leave your leadership footprint on the path of this conference. You may present a resolution or debate it. You may run for office. You may be presenting a workshop. You may make a friend or share an idea that you learned. Each of you will make an imprint, a footprint that is your own. Each of you can be a leader, and your footprint, your style, your ideas will leave a mark that is unique to you. As each of us move along the path of leadership through this conference and afterwards, look back and consider the footprints you have given. Have you shown respect, caring, and empathy as you attain your goals? As you leave footprints, you can help others find the way. Now, to help you on your journey later on, after you leave the conference for this GA, the executive board will be giving you a small footprint to take with you, to remember that you can leave a footprint. I have served as the executive director of AASG for over 9 years and have worked with many of you, helping you develop your leadership skills. I hope that I have left a footprint that has given you a clear path to follow in all your futures. As I continue on my own personal journey, I will always remember that many of you took risks, accepted challenges, and made very clear footprints for others to follow. Listen, all of you lean forward. And here is the message. All of you, each of you, every one of you can leave a footprint that will help others to be safe, make good choices, and make a difference. Say, ah. Ah. Now I ask you to repeat after me. I will be a leader, who leaves a clear footprint, for others to follow. Thank you. You may sit back. Thank you. You may sit back. Remember, throughout this conference, consider how your actions are helping others with your leadership footprints. You are a leader. Thank you.
we're now going to recognize our steering committee members. So steering committee members are advisors from each of our executive board member schools that attend executive board meetings with us. They bring us early to the conferences, and they really sacrifice a lot to be able to put a kid up on the executive board. So they're often behind the scenes participants in the conferences, but we would like to take this time to recognize all of our steering committee members. So starting with Region 2, we'll let you know who their steering committee member is, and we'll go down. When your name is called, steering committee members, please stand. And stay standing.
My name is Malia Walters from Region 2, and my super awesome steering committee advisor is Miss Marash.
Just hold your applause. We're going to get them all standing up. She's in here. Maybe not.
My name is Sam Riapel from Region 3, and my advisor is the awesome Mr. Drasky, who filled in on 4 days' notice.
You can stand. Thank you.
I think I have the best advisor because it's my mom. So, Mom, can you stand up?
I'm Elena, and my advisor is Jolene White.
What?
Jolene White.
My name is Nell Ziri, and unlike any other people here, I have two advisors. I have the swag-tastic Spanish teacher, Miss Glenn, please stand, and then the thuggin' librarian, Elizabeth Bender. Read a book, it's good for you.
My advisor is tirelessly committed to student involvement and is a dire supporter of student voice, and we all adore her and always will. And her name is Barbara Patuk. Please stand up.
Yes, it's steering committee advisors. Please stay standing.
Please stand up, Miss Patuk. And everybody else.
My advisor is brand new to the AASG game, Miss Cindy Apodaca.
My advisor rocks. His name is Michael, my homie, Mahoney.
I've had my advisor for 3 years now, and he's put up with a lot from me. And he's not just an advisor, he's like an older brother and a friend. So thank you, Mr. Michael Mahoney. Or Big Doug.
I'm Carly, Palmer High. Our advisor, like Sam said, pretty much took on this endeavor at 4 days' notice before the school year, actually before the summer business meeting. So the first time we actually met as delegates, and e-board or steering committee member was at the summer business meeting. So just want to say big props to Mr. Kyle Drosky.
I have had my wonderful advisor for 2 years now in my local student council and on AASG for half a semester, and I thank you for still staying in AASG for 1.5 years. And my advisor is Michael Mahoney.
Do I have to say my name? Okay. So I've had my advisor since sophomore year, and I love her so much, and she's helped me grow so much as a leader, Miss Robin Atkins. Where's she at? My dorky, weird, and abnormal advisor and I are like this. We're really close. And his name is Bradley Kevin Pate, and his nickname is B. Pity.
Alrighty, so please stay standing as we, you guys are just gonna stand forever. Anyway, let's have a nice round of applause for our wonderful steering committee members. Thank you. Okay, and of course, there are more advisors at this lovely conference besides just our steering committee members. So at this time, very quickly and effectively, could we have all of our advisors try to line up in the front row right around here? We have a very exciting gift for you. Quickly and effectively. Yes. We are still in order, so the advisors are the only ones moving and talking right now, not you guys.
Hey guys, we're still in order. I know we're moving, I know we're doing stuff, but we're still in order. Let's be respectful, watch them stride down the aisle with confidence, and we can hope someday we'll have confidence like that. Yes, look at them, look at that walk. All right, but be quiet while you look at it.
All right, so our gift is really exciting. Your advisors are going to be the handy owners of a really awesome OSOG embellished organizational notebook with color-coded stickies. And it has OSOG on it. And it's in a leather case. So if they don't want it, I do. But if you don't, let me know. I don't know. Oh, yeah, she's taking a picture. Can I have... Love you. Barbara, Miss Patuk. Miss Patuk. Okay. Wait, no, I'm present. Miss Patuk. No, I'm doing it. You can start a. How about we say and now a slow clap led by Dr.
Hey everyone, can I please have a limit on sidebar conversation? Hey, hi.
Hey, you there.
Okay, thank you.
Does everybody have one? All right, let's do a lovely slow clap led by Doug McClenahan for our wonderful advisors. All right, advisors, thank you very much. If you guys want to have a seat. Thank you for a lovely slow clap, Doug. And everybody.
My pleasure.
All right, so that concludes that concludes our new business for this portion of the agenda. We will now move on to just old business. We'll move on to old business. All right, so first on the agenda in old business is approval of the spring 2013 General Assembly minutes. So these were the 80 pages of minutes compiled by our Secretary Treasurer. So with that, I entertain a motion to approve the spring 2013 General Assembly minutes. So moved by Unalaska, seconded by Kodiak. To be fair, the motion has to be out of my mouth before you throw your placards up. Alrighty. Is there any discussion on approval of the spring 2013 General Assembly minutes? Any discussion? All right, we'll move to a vote. All in favor of approving the spring 2013 minutes? Any opposition? Alrighty, the spring 2013 General Assembly minutes have been approved. Next on the agenda is discussion of the Western States Leadership Camp with Nelsiri. Whoa, I'm sorry, I just read the wrong part. We're gonna move on to fall conference report with Tori Talley, our lovely register. Sorry.
Okay, as you can see, everyone is here, so fall conference is going wonderful. We have got from NASC a great speaker for tomorrow named Amy Gallimore, so some of you had a session with her, workshop with her. It's great. We have a bunch of lovely pods. I heard that we just got a pod to go see the governor's mansion, so that should be super cool. And Peppercini's made amazing food, so everything's going great.
Awesome, thank you. We will now move on to recognition of travel scholarships and the Travel Scholarship Committee with our chair, Carly Williams.
All right, so the Scholarship Committee has met 3 times since our summer business meeting, and in those 3 meetings, we were able to award 37 travel scholarships. The scholarship applicants had to show at least 20 hours of community service and create leadership goals for this conference to receive the scholarship. I know Carol already had you guys stand up, but I would please like to recognize you by name. Please stay standing, and could everyone please hold your snaps until the end? This will go really quickly, I promise. All right, can I have, and if I mispronounce your name, please just go with it, okay? Ethan Velvance, please stand up. Kate McWilliams, Haley O'Brien, Ethan Forbes, CJ McCormick, Sanja Thomas, Kane Gillian, Enrique Zamudio, Steven Swasbart, Casey Pearson, Tessa Brown, Ashley Baker, Ellen Carty Seacombe, Joshua Martin, Bethany Fish, Stig Ure, Courtney Alabo, Hannah Fish, Isabel Castro, Alicia Rohr, Jeremiah Black, Fredra Alexi, Nancy Palvia, Frankie Palvia, Adam King, Brittany Monk, Everett Mycroft, Gabriel Hill, Jennifer Shyrock, Ruth Napushpuk, and Tia Thompson, Chelsea Andrew, Charlotte David, Jessica David, and Mariel Odo. These students have shown exceptional leadership, and they have written excellent goals. So can we please give them a round of snaps? Thank you.
Carl. All right, we'll now move on to the Raising Student Voice and Participation report, which I think I will just handle. We had an RSVP training, so if you guys could please stand if you participated in the super fun RSVP Leadership Intensive today. Excellent. Okay, you guys can take a seat. We had a lot of fun with the executive board and the awesome delegates that got to attend the Raising Student Voice and Participation training. If you have any questions regarding RSVP or any way to get materials, let any executive board member know. It was a great session, and I think we all had a lot of fun and learned a lot. So there's that. Next is suicide prevention activities, which is also with me. So if you participated in the Safe Talk training, please stand up. Awesome, thank you. You guys can take a seat. So just quickly about the Safe Talk, these delegates made the very challenging decision to take the Safe Talk workshop, or Safe Talk Leadership Intensive. It's a suicide prevention training, and these delegates went through a very rigorous and challenging experience this morning. So great job for picking such a really intense leadership intensive. The next is grants awarded to AASG. So we would like to let you know that we received some grants from GCI and the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium for suicide prevention activities. So if you are interested in doing a suicide prevention activity at your school, or you would like a training like the Safe Talk training, or really any suicide prevention activity, we have the funds and resources to pay for it. like twice over. We have a lot of resources to do suicide prevention activities. So please come to talk to any executive board member or our director, and we can let you know some more information regarding grants and resources. Next is Railway of Hope. The film and the entire program will be gone through on Friday, so you guys will know even more about Railway of Hope. You'll watch the movie, we'll do the discussion, and we'll be doing that on Friday. We're all very excited. The next is just a reminder that the media contest will continue. So our suicide prevention media contest, if you would like to make a commercial pretty much, about 30 seconds for suicide prevention or just healthy choices in general. We have some awesome prizes that will be awarded at the spring conference. This is our 4th year of having a media contest, and last year's winner was from Bethel High School, and you may have seen it on TV. It's been shown, I think, over 8,000 times over GCI. It's on a ton of stations and cable, so it's a really awesome opportunity to have something that you created on television. It's a really cool contest. Great job, Bethel. Okay, and then also we'll have various workshops at the conference pertaining to suicide prevention. Whew. All right, we'll now move on to membership and communications with Elena Prince.
As chair of the Communications Committee, I've been working with all of the region reps to collaborate more between regions, such as the spirit competition and region colors. I also have created a new spirit competition. The 4 new awards to be presented are regional delegate of the conference, resolution of the conference, and most importantly, most spirited region of the conference. And winner of the most spirited region will be going home with our trophy.
Okay, we will now move on to technology activities with our chair, Miles King.
Since the summer business meeting, I've been trying to get in contact with GCI to talk about the suicide prevention the videos to have them air on GCI again. And also our public relations officer, Nels, has been on every social networking site from Vine, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and always on there.
We'll now move on to the Healthy Choices Committee with Ariel Haas.
All right, so we've done a lot of work with the Healthy Choices Committee as far as Tobacco Coalition, and we've been working with ATCA. As I mentioned, I act as your liaison to them, and they're working on creating a smoke-free Alaska, so we help them with prevention activities and encourage them to bring resolutions to conferences. They also connected us with Michael Patterson, who has done a TV advertisement for the CDC on tobacco use, and he'll be coming in tomorrow on Friday from 5 to 5:30, so I'm really excited to see him, and I think you'll learn a lot from that. We also at our business meeting had Taja come in from Health Foundation, from an iknowmine.org. She does the Spawn Safely. She came as a liaison from there, and she talked to the board about healthy relationships and safe sex activities. Additionally, our Healthy Choices Committee has decided to do a service project this year, and with the help of Matsu Career and Technical High School, thank you, we've cut out 500 hearts. And some of you may have noticed, if you look at the balcony, I give you permission to look at the balcony, there is a string of hearts coming down from the balcony. And we have 500 hearts that were cut out by Matsu Career and Technical High School, and throughout the conference, they'll be dealing with this activity. So, we are going to be doing a conference-long send and share heart project. Out in the common table when you come into the auditorium, there are 500 paper hearts on it, because AASG would like to recognize that every person has worth and value. You're going to take 2 hearts, and on the first heart, you write why you think you are valuable, and you place that heart in the completed hearts box, and it will be hung on the balcony. On the second heart, you write why
you think somebody else is valuable, and you give that to them. AASG wants you to realize that everyone has self-worth. When people don't recognize that within themselves, it can lead to low confidence, depression, self-harm, and eventually suicide. This is an opportunity to show yourself that you have the value and to tell someone else that they have worth. Please be considerate, participate, and remember to value yourself. Love, AASG. Let's go.
We will now move on to Constitution and Bylaws with our parliamentarian Ariel Haas.
Okay, this is getting serious. I'm going to stand up. Okay, so hopefully in all of your region meetings you went over the recommendations submitted by the Executive Board to the General Assembly for things in our Constitution and bylaws. We're going to have to go over every single revision and approve that. It's going to be like a typical motion. Here's the difference. We need a 2/3 vote to pass these motions. Emily, as the chair, will entertain each recommendation. So I think the first one's in Constitution Section 2, subsection C, Article 2, subsection.
Article 2, subsections A and B.
Subsections A and B. And that's where the first changes are. So Emily will say, I entertain a motion to make the Constitution read, and then she'll read it. I don't have that memorized. It's close, but not memorized. And then she'll read that. As usual, someone will hopefully move it and second it. The floor will be open for discussion, and then the floor will close when discussion is over. At that time, we will vote, and if a 2/3 vote is passed, then that change will be official. And we're going to go through and do that for each one. Hopefully you've had the time to discuss it in your rigid meetings, so we won't have too much time spent here. And we should get that on the screen. All right, and I'm moving over to Doug. Okay, so as an executive board, I have a clarification anyway. So what is actually going to happen now, Emily is going to entertain a motion to approve the recommended sections of the Constitution and bylaws to be moved and seconded by the General Assembly. If you have a specific issue with one of the sections and you don't want to pass it, please make an amendment to that motion that says, General Assembly of AASG approves all of these recommendations set forth by the Executive Board except XYZ. If you have a problem with it. If you have discussion or debate on any section, when that motion is brought to the floor, please come up and debate on those sections or discuss them if you just have clarification. But we're going to read through all of the sections first, and then Emily will go forth. All right, let's get to it. All right, Constitution, Article 2, Membership, subsection A. Membership in AASG shall be open to all high school student governments in Alaska / that are members of AASA. Subsection B. / membership will also be extended to schools that join through their districts as a group member. Go ahead. It's right there. Constitution, Article 4, Elections, Appointments, and Vacancies. Subsection A, Section A, subsection 2, / bylaws may be updated at summer and winter business meetings and at regularly scheduled teleconferences by the Executive Board. Oh, there it is. Article 5, Regional Organization, Section B. Regional representatives, or representative schools shall be elected for a 2-year term by member schools from the region at spring conference. Time will be provided at the spring conference for this purpose. Section C. If the region represents, there is a grammatical error there. The S will be added after this is approved. That doesn't have to do with the approval process. Grammatics, yeah, it'll be added. With a regional representative school, the school will select from their student body a student representative to serve a 2-year term on the AASG Executive Board. The administration of that school will appoint an advisor who will serve on the steering committee. We'll now move on to our bylaws. It's working. What section? Bylaws, Article 4, Section B, responsibilities and duties, subsection 7. All schools who bid to host a conference will have the opportunity to present to the executive board at the conference in which they submit their bid. Article 5, elections, or executive board. Subsection 3, the public relations officer shall have the following powers and duties. Strike, coordinate democracy projects. Strike, serve as the communications coordinator for member schools. Strike, coordinate service projects with conference hosts. Add, must update social media at a minimum of once a month. Article 6, resolutions. Section A, submission of resolutions. Subsection 2, authors of resolutions will have a 2-minute maximum period to state their platform after the reading the resolution to the General Assembly. Article 7, Section F, to be eligible for the position of the regional representative, delegates must. Subsection 5, elections for region representative schools, add, or region representative, will be held at spring OSOG conference in even number years for Region 2, 4, 6, and in odd numbered years for Regions 1, 3, 5, and 7. Subsection 6, add, if the region elects a region representative school, the school that becomes the regional representative school will then choose a student to fill the position of region representative. If a vacancy occurs during this year, it will be filled by interim appointment by the schools and elected at the spring conference. It has been read.
I entertain a motion to approve the following.
Okay, hey, I'm also your parliamentarian. Can we please wait till she finishes the entertainment? Thank you.
I entertain a motion to approve the following constitution and bylaw changes. Ooh, so moved by Sandpoint, seconded by Tri-Valley.
We are still in order.
Remember, I'm going to ask for discussion, but if you have any problems with any of these changes, this is the time that you need to address the board with your concerns. So is there any discussion about the constitution and bylaw changes? Any discussion? All right, we'll move to a vote. All in favor of the constitution and bylaw changes? Any opposition? All right. The constitution and bylaws have been changed. Very exciting. We will now move on to the Western States Leadership Camp report with the Western State Leadership Camp delegates and Elzuri. Well, but anyway.
So this summer, 3 other students and myself from Kodiak went to a Western Leaders Summit camp in Chewelah Peak, Washington. Stig Uri, Bethany Fish, and Hannah Fish, as well as myself, had the opportunity to go to this camp in late July where we learned many leadership skills. It was a phenomenal experience. Anyone is eligible to go. E-board members, delegates, as long as you're in high school student council, you can contact me, Kara Waters, for more information. And the delegates who attended the Western Leaders Camp are presenting a True Colors workshop tomorrow during the workshop breakouts. So go to that, and I'm sure they can tell you all their fun experiences and how many phenomenal individuals they met from the western states of the United States. So thank you, thank you.
Yeah, for now. The projector can be turned off for now.
Thank you.
We will now move on to the National Association of Student Councils 2013 report with Ariel Haas.
All right, so this June 22nd through the 24th, we had a NASC delegation of 8, I believe, go to the National Association of Student Councils in Las Vegas. It was a lot of fun. It was my first time attending NASC, and we met a lot of state leaders from around the United States, which is a very unique experience. And we also learned a few new leadership skills, and we picked up a keynote for this conference, Amy Gallimore, and we're delighted to have her. And I think we also may have picked up a conference speaker for our next conference up, Ben Eielson. Yes, we have. His name is John Beatty. John Beatty, yes. We're very excited about this.
Party cheerleader from last year.
Also, last year we got the party cheer, which is really fun. So, NASC is really fun. However, as a delegation, we are also a little bit we also presented a resolution workshop to tell other states what resolutions are, because we are one of the few states that does resolutions, and we are the only state that does resolution that allows delegates to submit. The other states who do resolution only allow their executive board to submit, and it's a very low-key thing in their conference. So we are very excited to share the power of resolution and the sort of things that it can do, and that had a huge spark at the conference, and a lot of states indicated interest in bringing it back to their home state. With this, we were a little bit dismayed with the lack of student leadership at the national conference. We expected some more participation within NASC of students, and we didn't see that, and we expressed our concerns. And so I drafted up a letter, and with approval of our delegation, I sent it to their executive board, their NASP executive board, and their advisory board, and their executive director. And I received a response from the executive director that wasn't as inclining, that they were acknowledging our concerns with sincerity. So we, as an executive board, have approved a third letter, which we'll be sending to them with specific suggestions on how they can improve their leadership experience in NASC. And we also invited them to attend the Ben Eielson conference in the spring so they can see how an AASG is run, which is much different than a NASC and has a lot more student involvement. And we've inform them that if they do not show communication, interest, and inclination to change their leadership aspects, and if we do not see this at the next NASC conference, then we will be reconsidering our relationship with NASC. So if you guys have any questions about that, please feel free to come ask me or any of the NASC delegates, any of the executive board members, if you have questions about NASC or our experiences at the conference. Thank you.
We'll now move on to the awards committee report. Chair Nels Yuri. Oh, just kidding. Sorry. Really reading this wrong tonight. Very sorry. Next on the agenda is the call for conference host for fall 2014. Currently, the executive board has not received any applications or conference bids for fall of 2014. So we don't have anybody who wants to host fall next year. So, if your school or your advisor or anybody is interested in hosting the fall conference next year, we need to know by the end of this conference, preferably. If you have any questions about what it's like to host a conference, we have a lot of very experienced advisors, and of course, you can talk to any executive board member, any of the Juneau-Douglas hosts, or of course, our executive director, Carol Waters. Anyway, we still don't have anyone, so bottom line, if you're interested in hosting a conference, please let us know as soon as possible. Now we will move on to the awards committee report with the chair, Nels Yuri.
So usually during the spring we have our major awards, and this last spring at the Healy conference, we had participation in each award, but we would like to see more, so we're going to give you a brief overview now on what each award is. So starting us out, we have Student Leader of the Year, which recognizes an outstanding student leader in Student Council. We have a Student Leader in Service Award, which recognizes student leaders in service through the service projects they have coordinated, participated in. And we have an Advisor of the Year, which is for you delegates to nominate your advisor for, or even best friends advisors out there. You know, if you want to nominate your BFF, go for it. It's a pretty cool experience. But next we have a Community Support Award, and later in the conference we'll be announcing some awards from Juneau-Douglas as well as some from Healy. But to get to one of the most exciting awards, we have the Student Council of Excellence banners. We got these awesome, humongous banners. So starting us out, I'm going to call up schools that need to come receive their banners or receive years that they have received the Student Council of Excellence Award. So first off is Craig present. Can you raise your placard? Craig, here? Craig. Okay. So since Klawak is not here, you guys are going to be acting as Klawak, receiving it, and then you'll be in charge of getting it to Klawak. But Klawak received another year banner for 2009, so you can come up here, you'll get your picture taken with it, and then you'll bring it to Klawak for us. Thank you, we appreciate you, Craig. So, next we have Yes, they're going to come up, but I'm going to announce them, so it'll work. We are taking pictures. Judy Steedle, Ruby Steedle. We'll be taking pictures. Thank you, Ruby. Next, we have Mount Edgecombe. They also have a banner, but they will be receiving their consecutive years for 2007 and 2009. So the whole Mount Edgecombe delegation, you can come up and you can get your picture taken with your consecutive years and then hang them on your banner in your respective school. So go ahead, Mount Edgecombe. Come up to the stage, all of you. However many there are of you.
Please limit sidebar conversation. I recognize that we have some noisy board members as well. And yes, I know there's been a lot of sitting and a lot of less than exciting talking, but the faster we get this done, which includes silence, yes, for the time being, the faster we can get to debate, which is really exciting. So thank you.
Okay, so after Mount Edgecombe, we have a banner being presented to Bethel High School. And in addition to their banner, they're getting a 2010 and 2013 slip to hang off their banner. Bethel. So, Bethel delegation, you can come up here. And then, finally, after Bethel, we have Juneau-Douglas, who will also be receiving a banner, and years for 2006, 2007, as well as 2013. So, Bethel, you can come up here, and Juneau-Douglas, you can get ready. I know there are a lot of you. But these awards in general can be applied by anyone. You can nominate your friends for it. For more information, you can go to www.asog.org. Under the awards tab, you can find all the awards that can be submitted. It has the criteria for them. It has the dates that are eligible to be submitted, and it has all the criteria for you guys. So after we get these phenomenal pictures with these phenomenal student councils of excellence, I'm going to request a round of applause for all the awards. With any other questions or concerns, you can contact me. It'll be a blast. Thank you.
After GA delegates. I mean, after ASOG serves.
We will now move on to the ASOG Serves report with Miles King. Yeah.
All right, I'll be taking over ASOG Serves since Emily will be leaving the board after this weekend. For all the new delegates, ASOG Serves is a community service competition that we give $1,000 for the winning service project. If you have any other questions about ASOG Serves, come talk to me, Emily, or Carol. And also, it'll be presented, or the winners will be announced at the spring conference at Ben Eielson.
Hi. So I talked about the heart activity earlier. I actually have a few clarifications that I forgot afterwards. First of all, can I have Carly Senna and Hannah Grothy stand up in the back? Beautiful. Can you please hold up a heart? Do you have hearts with you? All
All right, never mind. Okay, so those are the 2 delegates from Matsu Career and Technical High School who will be stringing up your hearts for you this weekend. If you have questions, you can ask me or the executive board, but you can also ask them or anyone from Matsu Career and Technical High School, and they'll be helping us out with this service project and leading it for us. And I would also like to say you're going to be doing the hearts during your free time at, once again, that counter as soon as you walk into the auditorium. So do that when you have a little bit extra time at lunch or at another time. And once again, be respectful. Thank you, Matsu Career Technical High School, Healthy Choices, and Carly and Hannah.
Because we have 15 minutes, we can't do resolution for 2 minutes. We're going to do choice instead. Okay, so before we recess, we only have 15 minutes left in this General Assembly. So with that 15 minutes, we don't exactly have time to start resolutions. So instead, we are going to recess, and then we have a really fun, exciting spirit activity. We always hear the cheers, but you guys are often cheering on top of each other. So not physically on top of each other, but we would like to hear your cheers individually. So I'm going to entertain a motion to recess, not right now. Good job, Bethel, but not right now. And we're gonna start with Region 7, and we'd like to hear your best cheer, loud and proud, and we're gonna work our way down to Region 2. So, with that,
we're still in order.
Let us
Hey.
sit right down.
Everyone. Please sit down. We're still in order until we actually move to recess,
So
in
with
which case,
that, I entertain a motion to recess for cheering. So moved by Glenn Allen, seconded by Lathrop. There's no discussion on recessing, so with that, we'll move to a vote. All in favor of recessing? Any opposition? All right, we are at recess. So with that, Region 7, what do you got? Just Region 7. This is polite cheering. Yeah, stand up for your region. Wait, go cheer with them. Just go cheer with them. Go cheer with them.
That was a lot of fun.
Blast. That was such a great experience.
All right, let's see our next region.
Region 6, what do you got? Let's see how loud you can be. That was swagtastic. Who's next on the list, Ariel?
I think it's my golly, it's Region 5. Wow, our lovely conference host. Let's see what you've got, Region 5. But student population-wise, who's that, Nels?
That is the lovely Region 4. Take it away, my fellows. I
good
just
job,
love
Region 4.
So next is the Region 3, and I was just wondering, Ariel, how do you think Region 3 feels?
I think they feel good.
So Region 3, how do you feel? It was a great region. But
very
now
fine
we
region.
have Region 2. Take it away.
That was really exciting. Spirit Ozog. Thank you, Regions, for showing us what you've got. Emily. Thank you, Region 2 especially. It was beautiful. I love your effort. Okay, so the owner of the cell phone, please come grab it now. You're very popular. You have a lot of text messages. I didn't read them, but it's been off the hook. Anyway, you all are headed to sleep, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, you are all headed to sleep. Shh. Tori's got some stuff. Also, but really quickly, executive board, we have a meeting, so go back to the executive board room. I know, it's lovely. Okay, Tori.
Good day at this conference. Yes, so our first thing is tomorrow, pods and workshops. So if you guys are wondering, if you forgot what you signed up for, if you go where the bear is, next to that, like where the vending machines are, sorry, on the windows, they're all posted up there, so just go check that out. Everything's been really great. If you guys are gonna campaign, please do not hang on the painted surfaces. We just don't want to rip off the tape. And also same up there, please just hang the stars on the metal. Is there anything else I have to say? Oh, okay. Also, if you want your photos in the slideshow, tag your Instagram photos at @FallAusog2013, because then Ruby will be lovely and put your pictures in the slideshow for the end of the conference slideshow. So also, if you guys did not get a tour and you don't know where things are, like the locker rooms and things like that, ask one of the kids in red and we will tell you where it is. And I hope you guys sleep well tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.